Hi, Year 4. So today we are going to look at fractions of amounts or fractions of quantity or numbers. Okay, so we're going to be talking about finding half of a number, finding quarter of a number, finding a third of a number, finding 3/4 of a number, and finding 2/3 of a number. The main thing to know when you're finding the fraction of a number is that you're looking at the denominator first. So for finding half, you are dividing the number or the amount by 2 because the denominator is 2. It's being split into 2 equal parts. So first, you need to count the number of cakes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cakes. To find half of the number of cakes, to find half of 8, you are dividing it by 2. They're being split between 2 children. Okay, it's dividing it by 2. Okay, so we can see that each child has half of the amount of cakes. So how many cakes does each child have? Good, each child has 4 cakes. So half of 8 is 4. We divided 8 by 2 because the denominator is 2. Here's another one. This time there are 12 cakes and we are finding half of 12. We have to divide it by 2. So how many cakes does each child have? Each child has 6 cakes, so half of 12 is 6. Half, written as a fraction of 12, equals 6. So finding a quarter, do you think you can just tell me what we might divide the numbers by? When we have an amount, when we have a number, and we're finding a quarter of them, what do we think we're going to divide that number by? Good, we are going to divide by 4 to find 1/4. So here, count the number of bones. Good, we have 8 bones. Now 8 divided by 4, because we're looking at 1/4, how many bones does each dog have? Good. Each dog has 2 bones. So 1/4 of 8 is 2. 1/4 of 8 is 2. Finding a third, who thinks they know what you divide the number by? Have a look at the denominator. You need to divide them by 3 to find 1/3. Okay, here are 9 butterflies, and we need to divide them by 3 to find out how many is 1/3. Okay, so each flower has 3 butterflies. 1/3 of 9 is 3. Here's it written as a fraction. Here we go, we have 12 butterflies and you're finding 1/3. So you're doing 12 divided by 3. How many butterflies does each flower have? Each flower has 4 butterflies. So 1/3 of 12 is 4. Okay, so we're going to look at finding more than one fraction. So more than 1/4, more than 1/3, more than 1/2. We're going to look at finding 3/4 of a number. So you know how to find out 1/4. So now we're going to look at to find 3. The first thing you need to do is still find 1/4 of the number. So here we have 8 eggs and we have to divide them by 4 because we're looking for 1/4. So there are 2 eggs in each basket. Now to find 3/4, we need to know 3 of those baskets. We need to know 3 parts of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 eggs in 3 of those baskets. So 3/4 of 8 is 6. Now to find that out without drawing this out, you would do 8 divided by 4 to find 1/4. Then you would have that answer, and that answer is 2, and you will times it by 3. So you're doing 2 times 3 to get your answer, and that is 6. Finding 2/3 works very similarly. So you are going to find 1/3 first. There are 6 paintbrushes, and we're going to put them into 3 jars because we're dividing them by 3. And there are 2 paintbrushes in each jar. Now to find 2/3, you're looking at 2 of those jars. How many paintbrushes are in 2 of the jars? Good, there's 4 paintbrushes in 2 jars. So 2/3 of 6 is 4. To work that out without drawing anything, you would do 6 divided by 3 to find 1/3, which is 2. Then you would do 2 times the numerator, which is 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. Pause the video now and see if you can have a go at finding 1/2 of 12 and 1/4 of 12. And then B, 1/2 of 4 and 1/4 of 4. Here they've given the example of drawing out dots and halving them and quartering them, but you could do pictures, or you can do 12 divided by 2 and use your times tables to help you. So pause the video now and have a go at those questions for me. Okay, so 1/2 of 12, you're doing 12 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. To find 1/4, you are doing 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. To find 1/2 of 4, you are doing 4 divided by 2, which is 2. To find 1/4 of 4, you're doing 4 divided by 4, which is 1. Okay, here are some more questions. These are also on the sheets in your planning. So if you have those, you can stop the video now and go and do those on your sheets. If not, you can pause the video and have a go on the screen now. Remember, when you are finding one fraction, you are just dividing by the denominator. You're doing 20 divided by 4, 40 divided by 4. When you're finding 3 of the fractions, so down here it says 3/5, you are doing 60 divided by 5 to find 1/5, and then you have to times that by the numerator. So you're doing 60 divided by 5, which is 12, and then you're timesing that by 3 to find 3/5. Have a go at that now. Anyone who has the sheets can stop the video now. If not, pause it. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this lesson and that you understand fractions of quantity and number. Bye, Year 4.